So I hope you've just watched a video that introduced you to ant colonies and the jobs that you find ants doing there. Before we read a book about ants, I want you to move around, get a little stretch break, and I want you to act out the different jobs that you find in an ant colony. And first, you're going to be a worker ant. And you are busy running around trying to find food. Looking for food for the babies and for the other ants. And hauling that food, tugging it. You are very strong. Even though you're a little ant, you can pull things, lift things many times your body weight. You are incredibly strong. Next, you're going to be the queen. And you are the biggest ant in the colony. And you don't do a whole lot, except when it's time for you to lay eggs. Pretty much sit there and let everyone take care of you. When you do lay eggs, that's a really important job. But you're the biggest one, and usually there's just one queen in a colony. Occasionally there's more than one. And then the last part of the colony are the drones. Those are the males, the boys, and you're going to fly around. Fly all over the place. You're looking for a queen. Fly. See if you're lucky enough to be the one who finds the queen. Keep flying. And done. Today we're going to read the book Ant Cities, written and illustrated by Arthur Doros. And we're going to look at this book to find out what it's like to be in a colony. Have you seen ants busy running over a hill of dirt? They may look like they're just running around, but the ants built that hill to live in, and each ant has work to do. Some ants may disappear into a small hole in the hill. The hole is the door to their nest. These are harvester ants. Their nest is made of lots of rooms and tunnels. These little insects made them all. Look at all those tunnels. Underneath the hill, there may be miles of tunnels and hundreds of rooms. The floors are worn smooth by thousands of ant feet. It is dark inside the nest, but the ants stay cozy. In the rooms of the nest, worker ants do many different kinds of work. It is like a city, a busy city of ants. Some ants have brought in food to the ant city. These harvester ants like seeds. A worker ant cracks the husks off the seeds. Another worker ant will take the husks outside to throw away. The ants chew the seeds to get the juices out. Then they feed the juices to the other ants. Other ants store seeds for the ants to eat another time. Not all the ants store food, but harvester ants do. In one room of the nest, a queen ant lays eggs. Worker ants carry the eggs away to other rooms to take care of them. Each ant city has to have at least one queen. Without a queen, there would be no ant city. All the other ants in the ant city grow from the eggs the queen lays. At first, the tiny eggs grow into larvae. The worker ants feed the larvae. That's more than one larva. At first, the tiny eggs grow into larvae. The worker ants feed the larvae and lick them clean so they will grow well. The larvae grow into pupa. The worker ants keep grooming the pupa until they grow into adults. Sorry, I'm just having trouble talking today. The queen lays thousands and thousands of eggs. Most of the eggs grow into worker ants. There may be only one queen ant in this ant city, but there can be thousands of workers. So there's the queen and thousands of worker ants. They're all females. Then there are new queens. New queens have wings. They use them to fly away to try and start new ant cities. The males don't live in the nest for long. They fly away with the new queens to mate so she can lay eggs, and then they die. The males die, not the eggs. There's another picture of the ant city. The queen doesn't tell the workers what to do, but the workers are busy. Each ant has work to do. Ants work together to keep the whole ant city alive. They know what to do without anybody telling them. Workers make the nest bigger by digging rooms and tunnels. They use their feet to dig like tiny dogs. Workers pick up pieces of dirt in their jaws and beards and carry them outside. Dirt from the digging is what makes the anthill. Ants are great diggers and builders. Imagine all the tiny pieces of dirt it takes to build a hill 2 feet high. Out around the harvester anthill, workers look for food. Harvester ants mostly eat seeds, but sometimes they eat insects too. Ants can bite and sting other insects to capture them or protect themselves. Be careful because some kind of ants can bite or sting you too. Harvester ants will bite or sting if you disturb their nest. Ants use their antennas to help them find food. They touch and smell with their antennas. If one ant finds food, others follow. Soon there will be lots of ants carrying away lunch. If one ant can't carry something, others can help. But each worker ant is strong. An ant can lift as much as 50 times its own weight. If people could lift like that, we could each lift a car. Imagine being able to pick up a car. The workers carry the food back to the ant city. Ants share the food they find. Ants eat many kinds of foods, but different kinds of ants like different foods. There are over 10,000 types of ants. For instance, formica ants mostly eat juices they suck from insects they kill. Cornfield ants like to eat the sweet juices they get from aphids. Carpenter ants especially like sweet juices they get from insects and plants. Thief ants eat sweets and other foods they find in people's houses and lying about. Leaf-cutting ants make underground gardens with leaves they cut. They grew mushrooms in the gardens for food. Army ants travel in large groups like armies. They eat huge numbers of insects, including termites. The different kinds of ants have found many ways to make their cities so they can live in many kinds of places. Janitor ants make their nests in hollowed-out twigs. The soldier janitor ant, a kind of worker ant, has a big plug-shaped head it can use for a door. Many kinds of ants make hills or mounds. If you haven't seen a harvester ant hills, maybe you've seen the round-top hills the formica ants make. Sometimes they cover their hills with thatch, pieces of dried grass. Or you may have seen pavement ants. They can live under sidewalks. That's what we have a lot of in Rochester. Or carpenter ants who build their nests in rotting wood. There are small ant cities with just a few ants. There are big ant cities with many, many ants. Ants have been found at the tops of the highest buildings and on ships at sea. Ants can make their cities almost everywhere. Look around and you'll probably find an ant city busy with ants. Sometime in the next couple days when you're outside, take a look for ants. See where you can find them. Are they on the pavement, in the dirt, around your house, maybe in your house sometimes? My daughter just found some in her room the other day. See how many different places you can find ants. And the last thing for today, I would like you to do an assignment. And I want you to draw a picture of each of the different types of ants you could find in a colony. The queen ant, the female, is the largest. Then you also have the drone ant, the male ant. That was the queen, here's the drone. And the female, the worker ant. So I want you to draw their pictures, label them queen, drone, and worker, and make sure you have all the right body parts. How many body parts, how many sections does an ant have? 3 major body parts. And how many legs? 3 pairs of legs, 6 legs coming off the middle part, the thorax. How many antennae? 2 antennae. And the queens and the males should have a pair of wings coming off the middle part, the thorax. Worker, the female, doesn't have wings. So draw your queen, your drone, your worker. There's an example right there you can look at, and then take a picture of it and put it in your portfolio. Una, what do you have to say about ants? Do you like ants? When she was a kitten, she used to chase ants and eat them. I think she's lost the taste for them now.